Yeah, hello. Welcome back to Apostle 1 tutorials. Apostle 1 tutorials. Now, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Turn the notification bell on so that anytime we upload a video, you'll be the first person to get it. You get me? Yes. Now, in this particular video, we are going to talk about full deep or detail of plane geometry 2. But before then, we are going to revise on plane geometry 1. Yes, the necessary things we are going to need in geometry 2. Yes, that is what we're going to talk about now. So this is revision, a recap, R.P.K. Now, let's go. Now, in plane geometry, we talk about geometry. The word geo is a Greek word which means earth. And then metron means measurement. So what does it mean? When we combine geo and metron, we get geometry. It came from a Greek word. So what does it mean? It means earth measurement or earthly measurement or measurement of the earth. Now, we are not going to limit ourselves to measurement of the earth. We are going to talk about a whole thing about earth shape, because geometry itself is one of the biggest branch of mathematics. Now, geometry is the oldest branch of mathematics. And then, when we talk about geometry, we give recommendation to a particular man, a mathematician called Euclid. This man is considered as the father of geometry. So this one is all about Euclidean geometry. Yes, Euclidean geometry. This one is advanced level, but this one purely for ACHS students, so I will limit myself to this. Now, geometry is a very big branch of mathematics, and then it is applicable in real-life situations. We are not just learning the circles and then no. It's applicable in real-life situations. It's applicable in so many fields like architecture, engineering, yes, construction, physics, art, designs. We are applying geometry in all that areas. Yes, anything related to design, construction of building, and then other things, all based on what? Geometry. But for SHS, we are limited ourselves to the concepts, the theories, and the principle you need. When you go to advanced level, we know how we can apply this one in area like architecture and then other field. Now, so our main focus will be on shapes and then relations between figures and space. Yes. Now, when I talk about shapes, then we are going back to shapes like polygons. Yes. So let's start with polygons. Polygon is a plane figure which is bounded by 3 or more sides. So when I talk about 3 sides, I can talk about triangle. I can talk about 4 sides, which is quadrilateral. Quadrilateral has so many types, and then pentagon, 5 sides, and then others. Now, what do we know about triangles? Properties of a triangle that we are going to need in Circle Theorem. So from plane geometry 1, we talk about triangle, having 3 types of triangle, and then we also have rectangle triangle. So what do you know about triangle? Bounded by 3 sides and then 3 angles. So the angle here is A, B, and then C. 3 sides here, here, and here. Then we learned that sum of interior angle of a triangle is 180 degrees. So when I add A plus B plus C, suppose it gives us 180 degrees. Now, another thing we know about triangle is this one. They are all interior angles. Now, when one of the sides is being extended to get an exterior angle, when I extend this one to get an exterior angle D, we have a relationship between the exterior angle and then the interior angles. We said that from geometry 1 that the exterior angle here is equal to sum of two adjacent interior angles. So the D is the same as, this one is the exterior angle, is the same as sum of two adjacent interior angles. So the D is the same as A plus C. That is from geometry 1. How we can relate the exterior angle with the interior angles. Yes. Now, we also talk about some types of triangles. We have scalene triangle where all the sides are different, all the angles are also different. Then we also have isosceles triangle. Isosceles, where two sides are the same. This sign means that here and here they are the same. If two sides are the same, it means two angles are also the same. So these two adjacent angles here and here, they are the same. That is for isosceles triangle. Then for equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. This, and this, they are all equal. Since the angles add up to 180, it means this side is 60, 60, and then 60. The angles are 60, 60. Yes. Now, then, let me talk about rectangle triangle. Right-angled triangle. That is when the angle is forming 90 degrees. When the angle is forming 90 degrees. So when it is 90 degrees, it means this side and this side also add up to 90 degrees. So here plus here sum up to 180. So here plus here will give us 19 degrees. Yes. Now let me talk about another polygon bounded by four sides. That is quadrilateral. So when we have any quadrilateral, it can be rectangle, it can be square, it can be trapezium, it can be kite, it can be rhombus. We have many. Yes. Now we're going to meet quadrilateral 2 in our circle theorem. Now, so for quadrilateral, here A, B, C, and then D. We said that when we add all the angles in the quadrilateral, it's supposed to give us 360 degrees from polygon. So it means that A plus B 60 degrees. Now, aside that, angle at a point, if I have some angle that at a point, okay, so let's say I have something like this, angle at a point. All this particular size, here plus here plus here, supposed to give us 360 degrees. Angle at a point forms a circle. So when we add all the angles, it's supposed to give us 360 degrees. Don't forget this angle at a point. Another one is angles on a straight line. This angle and this angle are two angles on a straight line. They are two angles on a straight line. So from geometry, we said that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So A plus B will give us 180 degrees. Yes. And then we also talk about opposite angles. Opposite angles. Then what are the opposite angles? So if I have two lines like this, the angle here, two straight lines, the angles here. So we say that this A is opposite to B. Opposite angles are equal. So A is opposite to B, so A and B, they are the same. C is opposite to D, C and D are also the same. That is opposite angles. Aside that, when we take this particular straight line, A and C are angles on this straight line. So A plus C is supposed to give us 108 degrees. Angles on the straight line. Now, when we have two parallel lines, so when this line is parallel to this one, and then there are some properties of parallel lines, yes, and then we have a straight line which is transverse to this one. We can talk about how this one will relate to this. We can talk about the opposite angle, co-interior angle, corresponding angles, and then alternate angles. So if I have an angle here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, then how am I going to say, when I talk about opposite angle, B and D are opposite, A and C are opposite angle, H and F are opposite angle, E and G are also opposite angle. Angles on a straight line, A plus B are on a straight line, it adds up to 118. D and then C, they also add up to 118 angles on a straight line. Yes, this and this one also lie on this particular line, so it's also an angle on a straight line. Yes, the same applies to down here. We can talk about so many things. Now let's talk about alternate angles. Alternate. And then we said that alternate angles are equal. Which angles and which angle are alternate? Now, the D here and the F here are alternate angles. So therefore, D is the same as F. C and then E are also alternate angles. So C is the same as E. Alternate angles. Now, another thing we can talk about is corresponding angles. Now, what do we know about corresponding angles? Corresponding angles are equal. So which angle and which angle correspond? This one is a revision from Geometry 1. Which angle and which angle correspond? Now, with the same diagram, this one and then this one are corresponding angles. They correspond. So B is the same as F. This and this one are also corresponding angle. C is the same as G. D and E are also corresponding angles. A and E are corresponding angle, and D and H. D is the same as H. They are also corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are the same. Now let's talk about the last one: co-interior angles. Co-interior angles. That is when we have two parallel lines and there's a transverse. Yes, two parallel and there's a transverse. Co-interior angles. Co-interior angles sum up to 180 degrees. So when you have co-interior angles, two angles that are inside add up to 180. Which ones are co-interior angles? D and E are co-interior angles. So therefore, D plus E is equals 180. At the same time, C and F are also co-interior angles. So C plus F is equals 180 degrees. Now we are going to apply all these ones in Geometry 2. So you have to be able to recall all these things, so that when you see anything related to this in Geometry 2, you'll be able to know how we can deal with it. So this is Apostle 1 tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe, like, This one, you have to follow this one. I'm going to do another video on introduction to Circle Theorem, yes, and then another video on the theorems or the properties of Circle Theorem. Follow me closely, and I'm here to break the topic down. I know Circle Theorem is becoming complicated to many students, yes. I'm going to break this one down very, very well. Even if you are very kid in mathematics, you're able to understand this. See you in the next video. Don't forget to share. Please don't forget to share. Don't forget to share. Bye-bye.